Welcome to DR TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to Narasimha Reddy garu, economist. And we wanted to do a different show, but we are forced to do one show. Welcome, sir. It's a special show. And once again, we congratulate all the winners who have participated in the Lok Sabha elections and those losers, because it is democracy, the celebration of democracy. Whether it is Lok Sabha, Assembly, Andhra Pradesh, congratulations to all those wonderful winners and losers again, and the by-elections and assembly elections in Odisha, everywhere. So we salute the spirit of democracy, and I'll come back how good the elections were, whether they were free and fair. We are not going to get into those things now, because now today's show is very particular and very clear. Just half an hour before, Mr. Rahul Gandhi came up with a big statement on stocks being guided by the likes of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Prime Minister Modi, and Union Minister Amit Shah, stating that they have been proposing forcing common man to invest in stocks, stating that after June 4th, the stocks will rise immensely. And they are the retailers, common man, instead of investing in gold or real estates, out of greed, avariciousness, when a prime minister, when a union minister, that too, the cabinet in place who are going to win landslide victory, Abki bar, 400 bar, such a hangama was going around. And they have linked it to the exit polls too. Exit polls also stating that they will cross 400. When such is the case, innocents invested huge amounts. And who are those who have invested? Who are those who have really gained, and who was that who have lost? And is it legal during electioneering? And Rahul Gandhi says he has given interviews to those channels, Adani channels, who are under investigation by SEBI, Stock Exchange Board of India Limited. And you have seen Supreme Court directions also in that case. We have already done one case, one show in regards to that. And how can these people conduct such exit polls which have proved wrong, forced innocents to invest, and the census crashed, making gullible, innocent people to lose lots of money? And who is that who has gained? This is a big conspiracy, he says. I'll just take one word from our guest. How do you see such a scenario, sir? I'll play the video also, what Rahul Gandhi has said a while ago. First comment.
I have seen that.
Yeah. You have seen that?
I have seen the clip of Rahul Gandhi mentioning about stock market signals given by the leaders. He mentioned two names.
Yeah.
Particularly, he mentioned the name of Home Minister and the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
He said that they have asked people to invest in stock market. And of course, there are questions as to what perhaps are the implications, because anybody can ask people to invest in stock markets. But I have also seen the interview given by Home Minister to NDTV channel.
Yeah.
It's about largely and the present, what he was expecting about the present, let's say, 24 elections. Towards the end, the person who was interviewing asked him, there is a lot of volatility in stock market. The Home Minister replied, saying that the nature of the stock markets are like that. There will be, when it goes up, they book profits. When it comes down, of course, they will withdraw. And the person who insisted, so what is your message? He said, look, I am telling you, when the results come on June 4th, the stock market will go up. It will phenomenally increase.
That's it.
Indicating the confidence that he will get 400 seats. Therefore, they are going to come back. People will reimpose their confidence in the government. And therefore, don't hesitate
Invest.
that there will not be any fluctuation. There will be a rise in the stock market will boom. That's the message he has given. That I saw that also.
Yeah, we'll play first that Amit Shah's video so that people will understand. And then I will go to, here it is. How legal, how justifying it is.
कंडेंस्ड एक्शन प्लान अभी बहुत संक्षेप में दिया है. इसको हम लोगों को बारीकी से अध्ययन करके समझना होगा कि इसके पीछे कितने एक्शन होने जा रहे हैं. एक चीज और, एनडीटीवी के पिछले इंटरव्यू में आपने बिल्कुल संक्षिप्त सा जवाब दिया था कि 4 जून के बाद बाजार ऊपर जाएगा. मेरी अपनी राय है कि बाजार थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज था. वो ओवर सिंप्लीफाई कर रहा था कि भारत के चुनाव से उसको जोड़ रहा था. उसके दूसरे कारण थे कि कुछ एफआईआई पैसा न कमा करके बेच के निकल रहे थे. नॉर्मल प्रोसेस था वो. अब शेयर बाजार फिर से नर्वस है और वो अजीब सी नर्वसनेस है. वो क्या कह रहा है कि 370 अगर नहीं आया तो एक बार नीचे जाएगा, यानी रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने के बाद भी नीचे जाएगा.
ऐसा नहीं है संजय जी. प्रॉफिट बुकिंग ये रूटीन फिनोमिना है. आप इसको चुनाव के साथ मत जुड़िए. जो शॉर्ट टर्म बिजनेस के लिए शेयर बाजार में है वो ऑब्वियसली प्रॉफिट बुक करते हैं. तो 1200-1300 पॉइंट बढ़ता है तो 300-400 पॉइंट वापिस आना बड़ी सामान्य प्रक्रिया है. और चुनाव के बगैर भी साल में ये 15-20 बार होता है. उसको चुनाव के साथ मत जुड़िए. मैं फिर से आपके चैनल पर कहना चाहता हूँ, 4 तारीख को नरेंद्र मोदी फिर से प्रधानमंत्री बनने जा रहे हैं. हम 400 पार करेंगे और फिर सरकार आने वाली है और शेयर मार्केट भी बढ़ने वाला है.
It is nothing but a direct indictment and a union minister stating to a channel which is already under investigation funded by Adanis. How do you take that? And this is so clear, and Election Commission of India, I think, is the sleeping mode. I'll just play another one before I again take your comments. This is where we try to see how meticulous they are. Don't relate it to elections and it will go and come. But at the same time, he says, we are going to come back, 400 will cross, you invest, stocks will go up. See the ambiguity. See the ambiguity. And then you see the Prime Minister's statement. Stock market on June 4th will. PM Modi plays down Dalal Street's uneasiness over election numbers. The Prime Minister's statement follows on an assurance by Union Home Minister Shah to stock investors where he advised them to buy before June 4th. See, very clearly he states. This was on May 20th, 2024. Now you see the gist. As phase 5 of Lok Sabha elections gets underway, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in an interview to a TV channel played down the nervousness in the Dalal Street on the poll outcome, saying the Indian stock markets will break all previous records on June 4th. Now, how do you take this statement, Narasimha Reddy garu? On one day, on one side, Amit Shah says, don't link it to the elections. Now here Modi, Prime Minister Modi is clearly stating, and even the end part of Amit Shah's interview, he clearly states, after June 4th, the markets will go up.
The context is the election. Of course, we can't rule out the election. But only thing is, the person who asked the Home Minister the question, whether people could be confident that there would be rise in the stock market without any instability in the political situation. That's where the Home Minister starts saying there is no way that there will be any instability. They are going to get not 370, but 400 seats. And therefore, take it for granted, we will come back and the stock market should also go up. They will go up. That is the context in which we talk about it. Possibly, the Prime Minister also banking on the Home Minister's statement, trying to say, look, we are coming back. There is no uncertainty.
I played Narasimha Reddy garu. This is earlier statement by Prime Minister. Only after that, 2 interviews Amit Shah. So I just gave the gist of Amit Shah's on 29th May. This is on 20th May. the Prime Minister was speaking to the press on 20th May as phase 5 of Lok Sabha elections gets underway. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in an interview to a TV channel, played down the nervousness in Dalal Street on the poll outcome, saying the Indian stock markets will break all previous records on Jan 4th. You will see the day election results come out, and throughout that week, stock market programmers will get tired of the action. Modi told NDTV, the Prime Minister said the last 10 years had seen in the market hitting 75,000 level from 25,000. The more common people invest in stock markets, the better for the economy. See the statement. The more common people invest in stock markets, the better for the economy, and the risk appetite of every citizen should rise. He said, pointing to the rally in public sector firms that underscored the center's efforts pushing the maximum economic reforms and pro-entrepreneurship policies to strengthen the economy. Now your comment. He is very directly asking commoners to invest.
In fact, that is the perspective of the present government. They think growth rate would increase, would indicate, let's say, well-being of the people. Stock market rise would indicate the prosperity of the country. That is their perception. And therefore, they are trying to link the entire country's progress in terms of stock market rise. So this is the kind of a tenor they have been speaking. But I didn't know that he spoke on 20th May. I heard about, let's say, the interview given by Home Minister much later. Perhaps the Prime Minister's interview was much earlier. But I think both of them are in line with each other.
And now I'm trying to give you earlier, even this is 13th May. Now you see 13th May. Amit Shah predicts this for Indian stock market after Lok Sabha election results. This is 13th May 2024, sir. What he says is, despite the recent fall, the Home Minister Amit Shah remains optimistic on the Indian stock market and isn't too worried about the decline. The Indian stock market will shoot up after the Lok Sabha elections 2024 are announced on June 4th. Union Home Minister Amit Shah said in an interview with a TV channel. While the benchmark Nifty 50 has fallen over 4% from its record high level, Shah believes linking market movements directly to election is not wise. The market has fallen more in the past as well. And this, in my opinion, by before June 4th, the market is going to shoot up short, had told NDTV India in an interview. Now you see, this is on 13th May. Prime Minister Modi 20th May. Again, Amit Shah, same NDTV, owned by Adani on 29th May. How do you look at this scenario? They are goading people to invest directly. Now I ask you one thing. How relevant and what is the understanding Prime Minister and Amit Shah have in regards to stock exchange, their performances? They themselves are saying one day the market will go up and the other day market will come down. And Prime Minister directly is asking innocent Indians to invest in such a volatile market and where it is not stable. And they themselves are accepting, in spite of governing the country for 10 years, how is that stocks are going to fall? And now I ask you directly, you are an economist. Are stocks related to the company's performance, or is this a gamble?
It's a very difficult question in the sense that volatility, as it happens in stock market, happens in such a frequency within a month. It is very difficult to link every movement in stock market with that of, let's say, company's performance. That is the very nature of stock market. It's a speculative market. There are people who see something that, look, something is coming, that say there is likely to be a rise in the petrol price, it will fall. So this is the kind of a tendency. In this context, this political context is they want a stable government which is in favor of, let's say, the pro-corporate kind of a government. The present government is pro-corporate. They are asking a question whether you are going to be coming back so that we can be confident, so can we invest. They are giving a message, look, we are coming back with 370 or 400. You can go up, it will go up and they can invest. That's the message we read from stock markets. That, of course, whether people take that message, because those who are investing. The second part is, who are the ones who would invest in stock market?
the ordinary retail buyers, whether they go by this message, whether they have bought it, and that perhaps is to be investigated, as perhaps Rahul Gandhi's clip shows that who are perhaps the people who went by the signal, who invested. That's where perhaps you have to invest. He is even talking in terms of joint parliamentary committee.
Yeah, I'll
If
play
there
that
is a
video.
link.
I'll play that video. Then after that, I'll come back to you. But before I say, why should India be speculative like we see what Japan market or New York's stock exchange, Wall Street we call, it is speculative. But Indian market is directly growth oriented. It is related to the performance of the company after Arshad Mehta and all scams we have.
No, that's a wrong impression.
Right,
Because
okay.
all stock markets, because
Right.
something happens. See, what we call a stock market is, if somebody sneezes in New York, they get fever here or cough here. That's the kind of a market. If supposing some signal comes now that FIA is not coming, or federal bank rate is going up, this will collapse here. Federal bank goes up, all FIAs goes back to America. Federal bank interest is reduced, they'll come here. This is the kind of behavior stock markets, whether Indian or Japanese or US,
Right.
they're notorious for this kind of a volatility, and they're speculative markets. They are, of course, that. But I think now the question is the second part, that who got the signal, who invested, whether there is any such message of that buying, let's say, high, and what happened on 4th, after 4th, the whole thing collapsed.
Right.
So,
Now I'll just play this
bought
video.
it?
Because I thought after Arshad Mehta and all those hiccups, I thought we have marched from a speculative to real performance oriented stocks.
No,
Wherein you are
I
inviting
don't-
public
no,
PPOs, everything. So okay, fine.
No,
So you expected me.
Since we know, as you are asking me as an economist,
Yeah.
we know that the profits and losses of real performing companies or businesses don't fluctuate weekly, monthly.
Right.
They perhaps, you can see over a period of time there is a decline. But the stock markets make much of those signals. They would say that, rice is becoming shortage, and therefore prices would go up. Therefore, money is there. All kinds of speculation.
Right.
But that's the nature of stock market.
Yeah, I'll just come back to you. Let me play this video.
Yeah, please.
Those. Are they going to put this stuff up? Putting this up here?
नमस्कार, कैसे हैं? आप थोड़े शेल शॉक्ड लग रहे हो। ये कांग्रेस पार्टी ने क्या कर दिया, कैसे कर दिया? हाँ, अच्छा इसी के कारण है ये। अच्छा ज्यादा लोग आ गए। ओके नहीं, देखिए आज हम बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज के बारे में आपको कहना चाहते हैं। पहली बार हमने नोट किया कि चुनाव के समय प्रधानमंत्री ने, होम मिनिस्टर ने और फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने स्टॉक मार्केट पर टिप्पणी दी। प्रधानमंत्री ने 2-3 बार, 4 बार देश को कहा कि स्टॉक मार्केट तेजी से आगे बढ़ने जा रही है। होम मिनिस्टर ने सीधा कहा कि 4 जून को स्टॉक मार्केट आसमान में जाएगी, लोगों को खरीदना चाहिए। और यही मैसेज फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने दिया। फर्स्ट, ये आज थोड़ा हम तो ये क्रोनोलॉजी है। अमित शाह कहते हैं बाय शेयर्स बिफोर 4th जून। 19 में नरेंद्र मोदी जी कहते हैं स्टॉक मार्केट विल ब्रेक रिकॉर्ड्स ऑन जून 4। फिर 28 मई को रिपीट करते हैं। 1 जून मीडिया झूठे एग्जिट पोल रिलीज करती है। बीजेपी का ऑफिशियल जो इंटरनल सर्वे था वो उनको 220 सीट दे रहा था। तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन बीजेपी के लीडर्स के पास था। इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज ने 200 और 220 के बीच में सरकार को बताया था कि उनकी सीट्स आ रही हैं। 3 जून को स्टॉक मार्केट सारे रिकॉर्ड तोड़ देता है और 4 जून को खटाक से स्टॉक मार्केट अंडरग्राउंड चला जाता है। अगला स्लाइड दिखाइए जरा। ये देखिए 31 मई मैसिव stock activity, more than double what was there on 30th, more than double what was there on 29, 28। ये अनोमली देखिए। ये कौन लोग हैं? ये वो लोग हैं जो जानते हैं कि कोई ना कोई घपला हो रहा है। हजारों करोड़ रुपए यहां पे इन्वेस्ट हुए हैं, फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स ने इन्वेस्ट किए हैं और उसके बाद 30 लाख करोड़ रुपए का लॉस होता है। किसका लॉस होता है? रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स का लॉस होता है। तो ये जो आप देख रहे हैं हिंदुस्तान की स्टॉक मार्केट की हिस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा स्कैम है और इसके बारे में हम कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं। पहला सवाल, why did PM and HM give specific investment advice to the 5 crore families investing in the stock market? Is it their job to give investment advice? Second, why both interviews were given to the same media house owned by the same business group, which is also under SEBI investigation for manipulating stock market? Third, what is the connection between the BJP, the fake exit pollsters, and the dubious foreign investors who invested one day before the exit polls were announced and made a huge profit at the cost of 5 crore families? We demand a JPC into this. We are absolutely convinced that this is a scam. Somebody has made thousands of crores of rupees at the cost of Indian retail investors, and the Prime Minister and the Home Minister have given an indication to buy. And this is a criminal act. So we demand today a joint parliamentary committee to investigate this. मैं हिंदी में बोल देता हूं। प्रधानमंत्री ने देश की जनता को इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइस क्यों दी और 5 करोड़ परिवारों को जो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं उनको प्रधानमंत्री ने, होम मिनिस्टर ने स्टॉक खरीदने का आदेश क्यों दिया? दूसरा, दोनों इंटरव्यूज जो किए गए थे वो अदानी जी के जो चैनल्स हैं उनको दिए गए थे। उन पर सेबी का इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है, तो उन चैनल्स का क्या रोल है? और बीजेपी के बीच में जो फेक एग्जिट पोलस्टर्स हैं और ये जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स हैं, इनके बीच में क्या कोई रिश्ता है? और अगर रिश्ता है तो क्या है? हम जेपीसी चाहते हैं, हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन चाहते हैं और देश इसकी सच्चाई जानना चाहता है। धन्यवाद।
शुक्रिया राहुल जी। साथियों, अभी अभी राहुल जी ने आपको स्पष्ट तरीके से क्रोनोलॉजी समझ लिया है। बार बार गृह मंत्री कहते थे अब क्रोनोलॉजी समझिए। आज राहुल जी ने देश को क्रोनोलॉजी समझाया। इसके ऊपर अगर आपके सवाल हैं तो एक एक करके आप पूछेगा, एक एक करके।
I haven't said the chronology in English, so I'll say the chronology in English. 13th May 2024, the Home Minister says, buy shares before 4th of June. This is a clear indication to retail investors and others to buy stock. 19th May, for the first time, and then repeatedly until the 28th May, the Prime Minister says that the stock market is going to break records on 4th June. Finally, on 1st June, completely fictitious exit polls are released. These investors are given a completely wrong impression. And on the 3rd of June, as we all know, the stock market breaks all records and then crashes on the 4th of June. Whoever has made money as the stock market rose and also as the stock market crashed. And we are interested in having a joint parliamentary committee, a JPC, to investigate the role of the Prime Minister, the role of the Home Minister, role of BJP members, and also those people who have done these fake exit polls. And finally, we want to understand who are the people, these foreign investors, who did these trades. So we want an investigation for that.
शुक्रिया राहुल जी। हाँ संजय।
राहुल जी, इससे पहले भी आपने अदानी इशू पे जेपीसी पिछली लोकसभा में मांग की थी, तो क्या आप चाहेंगे कि ये इशू और हिंडनबर्ग इशू दोनों कंबाइन हो और दोनों की जांच हो?
ये जो इशू है, this is a broader issue than just the Adani issue. It is connected to the Adani issue, but this is a much broader issue. This is directly the Prime Minister of India, Home Minister, who are privy to data on actual election results, who have IB reports, who have their own data, who are advising retail investors to buy stock on the 4th. This has never happened before. And by the way, the Prime Minister has never commented on stock market before this. This is the first time the Prime Minister has commented, very interestingly, and multiple times, one after the other, saying that stock market is going to boom, stock market is going to boom, stock market is going to boom. And at the same time, he has information that the exit polls are wrong. He has information that he knows what is going to happen because he has IB data and he also has his own party data.
हाँ जी रवि।
कई चैनलों ने मिलकर ये सब चीज किया है, जिस तरह से एग्जिट पोल करके लोगों को गुमराह किया है, जिस तरह से शेयर बाजार में सारा कुछ हुआ है। जी न्यूज ने भी इस मामले को उठाया है और बताया है, और आपके कहने का सीधा अर्थ है कि अडानी को इसका फायदा उठाने के लिए किया गया है?
नहीं, मेरा कहने का ये अर्थ है कि उसमें अडानी इन्वॉल्व हो सकता है, मगर ये अडानी से बहुत बड़ी चीज है। इसमें बीजेपी के सबसे बड़े नेताओं ने कहा है, रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स को मैसेज दिया है कि आपको स्टॉक खरीदना चाहिए। उनके पास इंफॉर्मेशन थी कि एग्जिट पोल्स गलत हैं, उनके पास इंफॉर्मेशन थी कि बीजेपी को फुल मेजॉरिटी नहीं मिलने वाली है, और वो जानते थे 3 जून को और 4 जून को क्या होने वाला है। कितने का? 30 लाख, कितना? 30 लाख करोड़ का नुकसान हुआ है। कितने का? 30 लाख करोड़ रुपए का नुकसान हुआ है और हजारों लाखों करोड़ रुपए का चुने हुए लोगों को फायदा हुआ है। और हम इंक्वायरी चाहते हैं प्रधानमंत्री पर, होम मिनिस्टर पर, जिन्होंने एग्जिट पोल किया उन पर, और ये जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स हैं उन पर।
शमिन।
Do you want to explain? This is
This is based on the value, market value of all the companies the day before the results came, and the market value of the stock market of all the companies at the end of the day on results.
Sanjeev.
30 lakh crores. That's
Ek-
what they're
Sanjeev,
confused. But
Rahul,
whatever
you
it is,
talked
loss is loss
about,
for a common man.
Are you alleging the involvement of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister?
Yes.
And whose money is it?
Yes,
Are you
that,
saying
that
it
is what I
their
am
money?
saying. I am saying that people very high up in the BJP have carried out this scam. I am saying they had partners who carried out these exit polls. We would like to know if these exit polls were actually carried out, if people were actually sent out. And we'd also like to know the methodology of these polls. We'd like to understand who these investors are. We have some sense of who these investors are. So we are not just speaking out of the air. We are confident that if an investigation is done, interesting things will be revealed. And we think the Prime Minister and Home Minister are directly involved in this.
Siddharth.
Yes, sir.
जिनके
No,
शेयर
no, no.
अप गए, जिनके सबसे ज्यादा शेयर खरीदे गए और इनके शेयर उसके बाद में बेचे भी गए, उन कंपनीज का भी को भी इस दायरे में आना चाहिए, आपको लगता है?
हमारा कहना है कि यहाँ पे बड़ा क्लियर है कि
I think I think you have heard, sir. Now your comments now.
My comment is this. Actually, just as we assume that, from the statement made by Rahul Gandhi, he says that both the Home Minister and Prime Minister had information from the intelligence sources that they are not likely to get 370, 400. That they would get only perhaps to 200 and odd. Having known fully this information, yet they are trying to suggest that to the people that you can be confident that we are going to get 370 or 400. There is no need to doubt, let's say, the performance of our government in getting, let's say, the numbers. And therefore, you go and invest, let's say this. That means that if we give confidence that we are coming back, you will be confident that your investment will be safe. Therefore, go and invest as much as possible. You can see that what really, if you want to see the rise of the stock market, you can also see that after 4th. So this message consistently being passed on to the people right from 13th onwards has built up some kind of a momentum. It's not that on 13th itself the stock market has gone up. They have waited, people also who invested, waited for some time. That sometime is they waited till the late evening of 2nd, when they had permission to come out with that of, let's say, exit polls. And then from 3rd onwards, the exit polls became open. And therefore, people started investing enormously. Maybe if the fall is 30 lakh crores, they have also invested 30 lakh crores. There are two things in this. One is there are innocent retailers who have invested, for which we are also all feel very bad about it. And how much of this 30 lakh crores so-called retail poor investors have lost. But they are mentioning there are also foreign investors who invested huge money. That means they caught hold of the stocks and the rise. And by the evening of the 3rd, they sold it. That means on the 3rd morning, I will buy a stock of, let's say, 100 rupees to that of 300. By the morning of, let's say, by the evening of, let's say, 3rd, I will sell it for let's say, 300 rupees. I make a clean sweep of, let's say, 200 rupees on 100 rupees investment. This they are surmising. Rahul Gandhi is suggesting there are foreign investors who made a kill on this, because the stock market started falling on only 4th. the investment rose only on third. That means those big bosses who invested started, let's say, downloading it maybe on third evening or morning of, let's say, fourth. Because this is done through that of prior information. And it is linked to that of, let's say, exit polls, which seem to have provided some kind of fake estimates to boost up, let's say, investment. And this has given two signals. One is a loss to ordinary, let's say, retail investors who lost. And there are big investors from foreign countries included who made a kill on this. Therefore, Rahul Gandhi is demanding people in high offices like Prime Minister, Home Minister trying to ask people to buy. And accordingly, the news, what we call as, let's say, the exit poll people who came out, there seemed to be some link. So they have, let's say, came out with the exaggerated kind of estimates, made people to buy. People who bought retail, they lost. They didn't know on fourth it is going to collapse. But people who had a prior knowledge made a kill. They must be foreign investors. And they are demanding a thorough investigation to it. Who were behind the information that has made some people to come out with exaggerated exit poll estimates of, let's say, 374. Then who are the people who invested in big amounts, including that of foreign investors? And there seems to be some connection, according to Rahul Gandhi. It should be investigated. He wants the investigation must be thorough, authentic. It could be done only through that.
As an economist, now last we have 1 minute. As an economist, sudden rise and sudden fall, is that not real? It's clearly visible. Whoever
it is visible. Yeah, it is. No, you see, that's what. No, so the idea is that the entire rise is attributed to that of exit polls. So what is being suggested is, in spite of having information that the present government will not get more than 240, 50, they have been telling that you are going to get, let's say, 370, 400. And that is a message given to that of those agencies which booked the kind of exaggerated kind of exit poll results as 400 or 370. So on that basis, they gave signals to that of people, both perhaps poor retail buyers and perhaps what they are. There are some people behind the whole thing. They are the scamsters who bought big and sold it low. That's how. That's it.
That means this scam is real. It has to be investigated.
If the link is true, if the link is that what Prime Minister said that they would get 400